Alright guys, we are back for the second part. We have the Hoplite Oolong here. So why don't you take a smell of those leaves, Meat, and tell me what you think. So this is a Whitey Oolong, which is a tea that...
Oh my god, this smells amazing.
...that you drink regularly, from what I understand.
Well, not this tea specifically, but
you drink
a
Whitey
Oolong, yes.
And what do you like about Whitey tea?
I like the just the taste and aroma are both pretty great.
Yeah.
There's that distinct, almost chocolatey taste.
So there's that sort of distinct chocolatey taste that you get from Oolong?
Yeah, exactly. Distinct chocolatey taste is definitely one of the major factors for me. The awesome thing they mention about this specific tea that I like is that it's a light roast and has an explosive fragrance, which I agree. It smells great just to smell the leaves even before you know.
So
went
you
through
would
and
say
brewed
that
it.
explosive fragrance is accurate?
Very accurate, and a very
take a smell of that.
I think very pleasing fragrance for that matter. Wow. My god, this smells... Yeah, it's very nice
really
so far.
Strong smell.
Yeah, but, you know, my experience in the past has been that when the fragrance is this good,
it can be disappointing.
The tea can be, like, too strong, too heavy on the chocolatiness. And, you know, I like the chocolatiness, but, you know, in a good, moderate amount. So, we'll see.
Cool. Well,
yeah, I feel like we might have tried a similar tasting tea while we're out in Taiwan.
Yeah, I think so.
You know. So one of the things it doesn't mention is what year.
It does not say the age of the Hoplite.
Exactly.
That's a good point. I don't know what the age is. It doesn't say. So,
I'm ready to try this.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cheers. It's hot.
Too hot?
A little bit. Too hot, yeah.
I definitely sort of get that chocolatey tone that you're talking about. I would say that we're getting a little bit of the roast, but maybe not as much roast as we would if it was freshly roasted. And
it just talks about it feels like soup is soft like honey and perfume rolls off the leaves.
So extremely aromatic, as you noted earlier.
Yes.
And one thing that's really nice about these Whiteys is the aroma just keeps on changing. So you could take a smell of that again. And I think I get a little bit more of that perfume that's noted in the notes from there.
Yeah, it definitely shifted. It doesn't smell as chocolatey as it did, but it, like you would imagine, it smells more like honey-ish, you know.
Yeah. And more minerals and some of that characteristic rock taste in that too.
So this is first and second infusion mixed.
Yes,
sort of. Yeah. Okay. So what my experience has been in the past is, you know, like by the second and third infusion, it gets very, very strong, and that's when I kind of stop liking the tea. It starts to get my mouth really dry after drinking it, and so
we'll see. I guess we'll maybe do 4 infusions of this. So this is the second one. And the liqueur is, I'd say, a similar color, maybe a touch darker.
Not significantly. Significantly more, I mean.
It does have a very smooth and soft mouthfeel to it. What do you think? Is it living up to its aroma?
Yeah. I mean, well, I guess they do. That's a tough question for me. Do aroma and taste go hand in hand? And most of the time, figured out that it doesn't really go that way.
Mm-hmm.
Aroma is just kind of its own component.
So it's different than the taste. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The aroma is much stronger. But I think the good thing that this tea has going for it is that it has a light roast. And I actually like that.
You like sort of the lighter roast.
I'm enjoying the fact that it hasn't gotten as strong as it, as it has for me with different teas in the past.
Yeah. And your go-to Wui drink is from 2005, if I recall correctly.
Yes. It's
and so and so that's had a lot of time for that roast to die down, so it's not over-dominated by the roast, at least.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was curious about for this tea was, what year is it? I'm wondering if we can assume that it's a 2016 since Whitey tea has been doing
clear. I don't know if it's a 2016, but I would guess that it's within the past 2 years. So I'd guess 2014 at the earliest. I'd be surprised if it was older than that.
Maybe they have a mixed batch. It's kind of hard to speculate. The top of it does say that this one features... Oh, never mind. That's probably for the...
That's the old Whitey.
There we go. Did definitely leave out the year from mentioning the year for the Oolong, so...
Yeah, let me take another smell of that.
Yeah. The aroma has gotten a lot less explosive, but a lot less stronger. But it's still there.
I think you should work that into your vocabulary.
Explosive?
Yeah, into your tea vocabulary.
Yes.
It's really soft and really smooth, and that just keeps striking me about this tea.
I agree with you on that one. Yes.
Yeah. And the taste might change a little bit steep to steep. I'm getting more sort of like flowers and floral notes off of this one, but it's always very smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely... It hasn't changed in smoothness for me as well. Yeah. Still quite nice.
Yeah, you like your Wui teas. All right, well, we're going to have this last infusion, and we'll conclude with some final thoughts.
Sure.
Do you ever smell this?
Yeah, well, I haven't today, but occasionally I do. Yeah, nothing specific this time around, but...
How would you say that this tea differs from your daily drink?
It is different. It has, obviously we talked about this, it has a very strong aroma, fragrance, and it is more chocolatey than my tea, despite it being a light roast, So
you'd say this is stronger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I think so. I mean, this is very, I feel like, especially the aroma really hits you over the head early on.
The taste hasn't progressed and changed as much either.
Okay.
My tea does get stronger, like extremely strong by the third steeping, like the strongest it can get, whereas it starts out very light in the first steeping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whereas this tea was more explosive.
More like very flat. Not flat, but very similar taste.
Started stronger, and it's been about the same.
Been about the same.
I gotcha. Okay.
Nice.
So I guess for me, the tea has been pretty similar to the previous infusions. Maybe a little bit more of that rock taste again, more minerals and stuff. Not extremely dynamic, as you noted. What about for you?
Yeah. One thing I realized by this last drink is, the sweetness has gradually been disappearing while other tastes have stuck around. Like, despite there being that similar feeling of chocolatiness, there's the underlying sweetness is kind of going away for me.
Okay.
Yeah, over steepings.
So